Leaderless resistance. Social resistance strategy in which small independent groups, covert cells, including individuals, solo cells, challenge an established institution, such as a law, economic system, social order, and government. Leaderless resistance or phantom cell structure is a social resistance strategy in which small independent groups or individuals challenge an established institution, such as a law, social order, or government. Leaderless resistance can encompass anything from nonviolent protest and civil I'll finish reading where I was. Leaderless resistance can encompass anything from non-violent protest and civil disobedience. We can totally exclude the last two from our discussion. Vandalism is out, terrorism is out. I just repeated. So as we move forward, we'll have understanding. Anybody that's associated with us, leaderless resistance, or anything of that nature, those first two are good. Non-civil disobedience. But vandalism and terrorism is out of the question 100%. Leaderless like vertical command links and so operate without hierarchical command, but they have a common goal that links them to the social movement for which their ideology was learned. Leaderless resistance has been employed by a wide range of movements, including animal liberation, radical environmentalists, anti-abortion, military invasion, resistance, colonialism, to terrorism, and hate groups. Non-hierarchical, decentralized organizations is simple and difficult to stamp out. However, with the absence of a formal criteria for membership and affiliation, they are vulnerable to appropriation, false flagging, or hostile takeover from outside, since anyone can declare oneself a member and affiliate with the group. We'll deal with this thing called, what they're talking about here, hostile takeover. Hostile takeover would be certain things happen and then some members of the group that nobody knows anything about, because none of us know anything about it, that they can say, we are the official leaders or personalities of that movement, or this leaderless resistance movement. If anyone remembers that we always said, in case there's something that the Europeans put in my brain, or anything from my operation, that any time things violate ethics, remember that? It start for whatever whispering, like if they got a super whisperer, even beyond Musa, you know what I mean? That he's actually a living bug. Well, we say if anything comes up that violates what, you know what I mean, a violation of akhlaq or ethics or morals or anything like that, that's a signal that something is up. Number one, it's an open signal because we have a little policy here. How to use 24/7 for the human development. So for us, everybody's into secretism, right? And hiding and concealing. Nobody wants anybody to know anything about their personal life. They just don't, right? I mean, nobody wants anybody to know their wife or children have some disturbances, except they discuss it with a friend or a comrade who might have had that before and they want to, get some guidance on it, or even if they talk with a professional. But you know how if you're running for president or Congress and you didn't have some psychological aid or assistance, they use that against you. They said, this guy here, he's not, he didn't have some counseling before, right? It's really dirty although anybody got any sense, and there's a professional that might be able to help, right? Like the car breakdown, and you go get somebody to help fix it. Usually they can't hurt. Okay, so our strong suit is self-exposure. That sounds arrogant, but here's what it is. And we don't have any skeletons in our or anything we did way back then or any other time recently. And going, it sounds funny, but if you go over your life sometime, suppose you don't remember, there's nobody to bear witness against anything you've ever done against people, right? That's rare as H-E-double-L. That, when you go, because they say everybody got skeletons there. Well, them people ain't got nothing but skeletons in their closet. You know what I mean? Okay, suppose you've lived a public and it ain't nothing that ever shows up that you have done against anybody. Now, we talked last week about nicknames like Fats and all that stuff. Do you know Fats was my nickname for a short period of time? I mean, when I was kind of short, I guess I had to be 14. But at 15, I was gone. When I went into this for about 3 months, hey, Fats, da, 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 da. It's only a small group of people that called me that. When I was in Fred C. Mellon School for Boys, the only people that called me that name was the ones that was in that company at the time. Is it important that you're damn right it's important. And they get you thinking that you're the most important person in the world when they go back that far and that deep, right? The other in place, Chico. Hey, Chico, my grandson called me, who was living downstairs there. Hey, Chico. He was young. Now, his mama's the biggest snitch in California. So him being out here was suspicious for me, but I'm going to be a good grandfather. Chico, Remo Cheeks. It's short for, cheeks. When I was short, just like I have cheeks now, I had cheeks then. So your last name is Reem, so my friends would call me Remo Cheeks. And within 1 month, they shortened it to Chico. So most people that would hear it they would think it was a Latin name. Hey, Chico. Okay. So imagine if they gone back that far. Now, I'm telling you that the Fats is what the lady, did you see it on the thing?
I was here when she.
Yeah, facts. What do these Negroes, not only were they not born, but anything they talk about, they were not even born. They were not even born. So that means there's some serious stuff going on. It's not, nobody is playing, you know what I mean? 1,000 other things, you know, that's going on. But and us talking about our mission, right here it says, stage, this is 2012, I think. Everything is clear, visible, yet brand new, deja vu. You know, seen it before, but it's like when you get up, you got a whole new plan. Like, the way I look at what we're talking about now is like it's a whole new plan. You know what I mean? That we've been talking about all along. But it feels like instead of getting here at 1:30, I got in the white car, the Volvo is parked around there. I got in the car, we was gonna go to Home Depot and get some stuff for the house over there. So I started, drove. As soon as I got to the corner, the car stopped. Same old boy. I said, okay. You know what, you can tell that I'm always not waiting for a sign, but active for a sign. And that's a sign. I said, okay, that's it. I mean, I'm not mad about it, but I said, technically, I have a right to drive cars. I have a right to stick a key in them and they start up unless there's something wrong with them. I have a right to take my cars to the mechanic, and if I only need $25 worth of help, then I have a right to. I don't have. It's not correct to charge me $400 and almost $500, and I can drive the car back and get it and park it right there, and that's where it stays, because it won't start again. You see what I mean? I have a right. The Constitution doesn't allow any government agency or anybody to do anything because I'm a citizen of the United States, right? The government doesn't allow the FBI to come here and say, we just want, what's that guy's name? George Armstrong. Had a Korean guy with him, and they went through their stuff, and they talked about a couple of things, and then they said, we don't think you should go back to Oakland. So what? Well, was there assault out there? I said, sure it was. Said, did the police do anything about it? And did you call them? I said, of course I did. Call them twice. I got the, you know, where the number is on your call, you know, call record and everything. So, yeah, I called. I already called them. And I talked to him. I got the signature from